Hey there, Raiders. Sean Quant here. Another Raid Shadow Legends video. This one is going to be focusing on the mission completion progress, which every account should go through to receive that very powerful character Arbiter at the end of the fourth part. Here I am, probably in the first third of the third part of the mission progress, and the current mission is a dungeon mission, and it's the Dragon's Lair. So you have to win 10 5 or 6-star artifacts from stage 10 of the Dragon's Lair, and I'm going to jump right into it and show you my dragon team right now, and just get into battle. Where is it? There it is, the dungeons, and the Dragon's Lair is right here, and I'm going to scroll down to stage 17. This is where I'm at. I think I'm at stage 17 with an assist from probably the Great Hall, where I've been sniping my way up to gold 3 and getting all those extra additional bonuses onto all my characters for being at that level. So my team is Kale, Dracomorph, Adriel, Apothecary, and the fifth spot right now is Stagnite. This fifth spot I can actually switch characters in and out of. It's my flex spot. Let's go ahead and run it. Dragon 17, though, really quick. Every level you get to on Dragons, it gets more challenging as you go down, but there's also the affinity that the dragon has. And the affinity, of course, is there to switch up the need for you to use different characters. This is a magic affinity, so he is more powerful against spirit characters, such as the one spirit character I have in here right now. He doesn't really have an advantage or disadvantage against other magic affinity, which is the 4 that I'm using right here. And I'll just go back really quick, and you can kind of see that the affinities change. So stage 18 is force affinity. Stage 16 is void. Stage 15 is spirit. Stage 14 is force. So it kind of rotates. Right now, stage 17 is as good as I can do with what I have. Let's go ahead and just do a run here. It does take about 2.5 or 3 minutes to get this run through on auto. And here it goes. Like I said, my weakest spot on this team is Stagnite, not because he's the weakest character, but because he is that weak affinity against magic. So all of these magic characters will attack Stagnite primarily. So you'll see them target Stagnite. There, that guy shot Stagnite. This one shot Stagnite. So my goal is to protect Stagnite to get through here. Now, I can get Stagnite through probably, I would say, well, based on the limited sample, what did I beat it 8 times, and I probably lost 2 or 3. So I get him through probably 75, 80% of the chance to the dragon. He's not required to get to the dragon to win. As long as I have my 4 main characters, they can take down the dragon themselves. But it looks like he's going to get through this first round right now, just slowly tearing this team down. Not worried about Apothecary right there. Of course, my characters are using their best moves when there's only one left. That was Adriel. She put a heal on everybody and a reflect damage. Oh, she decreases attack. I love that. Here's a weekend defense by Dracomorph. I nuked it with Kale, then with Stagnite, and then Apothecary does his thing, and they're just going to cycle through. But again, these guys are going to start focusing on Stagnite real quick here, so hopefully they can tear down these characters, these enemies, as quickly as they can. All right. And of course, every now and then the opposing Apothecary will, well, he healed himself right there. That's what I was going to say. He heals one of those low health characters. And they're still in the battle, and they take down my Stagnite. But actually, it looks really promising that we're going to get through without any casualties into that final round. I'm very confident about that. Okay, yeah. All right, so that's about 2 minutes, so 1 minute per round to get through the dragon. And there he goes. Ever so slowly, he gets taken down. Now, the dragon's big move is this one. It's his hidden skill. The purple bar pops up on the top. It is your team's goal to rip through that purple bar before that happens, where he stuns everybody. Then he comes back and slaps him with his dragon claw, which should happen right about... No, he didn't slap him. He just breathed more fire on them and gave them poisons. So the unfortunate thing about me not defeating that hidden skill is my Dracomorph didn't put poisons on. You'll see these poisons stack up underneath the dragon's health bar. Every time the dragon's going to go, he has to take those poisons on. And he loses so much hit points because of that. So it's important to have your poisoner on this team that I'm fighting, and that's my Dracomorph. He is definitely my co-MVP along with Apothecary. Apothecary keeps everybody A, alive, and B, he has the ability to speed up the yellow turn meter so that the characters go quicker and quicker and quicker. Now, this is interesting. All my characters have pretty low health right now, lower than I've actually seen in quite some time. All right, Apothecary and Adriel go down. A couple poisons are stacked up. This is the first time I lost. So sometimes you lose. Well, all right, I'm going to go ahead and rerun this and see what happens because I want to get through this mission. And, well, I want to get 2, 5, or 6-star artifacts, complete this mission, and get on to the next mission. That was kind of the goal of this. Stage 17 is looking to be a little bit more challenging than I had planned, and it didn't go as planned on the initial run, but again, that happens. So we're going to go through this one more time. Well, at least 2 more times because I wanted to complete this mission on this video. So again, same concept. This team is going to tear down these first 2 levels of characters, and it happens ever so slowly, but eventually you get through. So at about 2 minutes, these guys will be through this wave one more time. See, they're targeting Stag Knight again. And actually, I don't know how, but Dracomorph lost a little bit of health. There you go. That's their favorite target. Stag Knight. And if I replace Stag Knight, I usually replace him with Coldheart. And I've never gotten Coldheart through to the dragon. She always dies somehow. Well, not somehow. She just doesn't have a lot of defense on her artifacts, so she takes very strong hits, and she always dies in the second wave. I have not brought Whirlum Frostking. I think I'm actually going to try that. Why I would do that is he would... Oh, that's not good at all. Losing Kale. He's one of my poisoners. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this because he's my nuker and my poisoner. I think I could get through the dragon without the Kale. I just don't think that if I lose another character, I can get through the dragon. So I'm kind of watching this tenuously, hoping my fingers are crossed right now that I get through this. There's that weekend. Come on, somebody use a... See, I don't have any AoE attack right now. That's what Kale brought. All right, he's going down in a second. There's that AoE, but... Ooh, decrease attack at perfect time. Okay, so Apothecary came through as my co-MVP. Healed up that Stag Knight right before he was going to die. Yeah, this is just really slow without Kale in there. I have to go back and watch this video and see why they were targeting Kale and how many hits Kale took, because I wasn't even paying attention to that while I was watching and talking through this attack. All right. We are nearing the end. Get that Apothecary down, and we should be good to go to the next round. Their Apothecary, not my Apothecary. All right. Weaken those people. All right, this should be over in a second. There they go, using all their best moves right before the end of the battle once again. So when I go to the dragon, I don't have them right away. Go figure. All right. So I said I could get through this without Kale. Kale certainly does provide additional poisons. Oh boy. Looks like he's going to stun my entire team right now. But at least they're healed up and they have reflect damage on. Oh no. I think a good thing happened there. Dracomorph landed his poisons and he didn't do his special move. All right, so as long as Dracomorph keeps his poisons on, I think this will be okay. So he has 2 poisons to fight through. Adriel's getting a little weak here. There we go. Get that reflect damage and heal up on all my characters. So see the hidden skill? There's a bunch of poisons stacked underneath his health bar. We'll see if those are enough poisons. No, they're not. So everybody gets stunned, but there's still enough health on them that I think they're going to be able to get through this battle. Yeah, I think this is going to be a win. It's just a hunch. Keep landing those poisons. I do need Dracomorph to get more heal here, more health from Apothecary. Ugh. There it is. Okay, that should be it. Go figure. The last time I had 5 champions make it to the final round and they lost, and this time I only had 4 champions make it to the final round and they're going to win. So there's a variability in this game for you. And of course, I didn't get a 5-star, I got a 4-star. I needed a 5 or 6-star to meet that mission. All right, so what I'm going to do is change out Stag Knight for Whirlum Frost King because I've never actually done Whirlum Frost King before in this run. And he's still one of my top strongest characters anyways. All right, let's see what happens here. I think it's still going to be about a 4.5 minute run. Of course, this video is going to be long, but we're having a good time, right? Kind of seeing how these teams synergize together. So decreased critical damage. That's nice because a couple of these guys actually have an increased critical damage buff that they put on themselves and they attack my weakest character. So what I want to see is who they're going to attack. Kale. Got it. So they're now targeting Kale, and I wonder why. Maybe he has the least hit points out of everybody. I'll look at his stats. Ooh, they can hit hard. But as long as Apothecary is continuing those heals on him, it should be okay. And then Whirlum Frost King does have a great move. It's increase defense and strengthen, which is the opposite of what Dracomorph's great move is, which is to the enemies decrease their defense and weaken them. So it's the complete opposite. So if I get those both at the same time, they're weakened and I'm strength. They're weakened and they have decreased defense, and I have increased defense and strengthen. That would be pretty hard to chew through my team. Let's see if we can get that here. So the weaken and decrease defense. Come on. All right, Whirlum obviously doesn't have that, but he's hitting hard. That was a really big hit by him. So far, I like him on this team. All right. So they're buffing themselves. There we go. Strengthen and increase defense. Man, that other Apothecary is so annoying. He just healed that character at the very far left up, so it's going to take a little bit longer to get through here. Actually, this team might be better than my other team. And I thought having Stag Knight in here because he could do the decrease attack and decrease defense is a bonus, and it still is. But again, he's a negative infinity, Stag Knight is, so he's not as strong against these characters, whereas Whirlum Frost King is a void character, so he has no built-in or inherent advantage or disadvantage against any of the other infinities, spirit, magic, or force, or void for that matter. So I think this is actually going to be a victory in under 3 minutes. That's my guess. Let's check this out. Well, that wasn't good. Everybody gets stunned up, and I don't think it's going to be under 3 minutes unless I start landing all these poisons with Kale and Dracomorph. So this is the process. You just kind of repeat over and over and over again. I mean, there's really not much variability I have in teams right now as far as 6-star characters go. 6-star, that's rank 6 characters. They're not necessarily ascended to 6 stars at this point, but they are rank 6. I have the 5 here. That's Apothecary, Kale, Adriel, who just used her primary move of heal and reflect damage, Whirlum Frost King, and Dracomorph. And then I have a Soulbond Boyar, who I really don't use at all for any of my battles in any of these dungeons, and a Cold Heart and a Stag Knight. So that's 8 6-star characters. I will be getting one more character to 6 stars the next time there's a champion event, and that will be Lightsworn, who I have full maxed at 5 at this point. Uh-oh, my characters are getting low. Come on, land some poisons here, guys. It's all about the poisons at this time. You can see their hits really don't do anything, but once those poisons get activated by the dragon, when it's his turn, boom, he'll die. There's my 5-star artifact too. Okay, so one more 5-star artifact. I think I'm going to run it with Cold Heart next. We can see what that looks like, even though this team was pretty good. But Cold Heart, even though she's a little squishy thing, she can still hit hard even in the first 2 levels where you have to work your way through those first 2 waves of characters. They will target Cold Heart here. That is an absolute certain fact. All right, let's see how they attack Cold Heart. So weaken, hopefully she goes Art of Pain. Ooh, that was not a strong hit at all. I got to get her crit rate up. All right, so that was an AoE attack. AoE decreased defense. Don't like seeing that. All right, Cold Heart. There you go. Someone heal Cold Heart real quick, or she's not even going to make it to the next round. Ooh, nice hit. Oh, she is barely hanging on there. All right, so she got hit pretty hard, but Apothecary, like I said, the co-MVP stepped in. Here's the weekend. Come on, let me get through this round with Cold Heart. Excellent. Okay, so on to the next round. This is where Cold Heart's going to fall. She does get healed up twice in a row and a reflect damage, but it's just simply not enough because the first stage has strong characters, but the second stage, they actually have stronger characters that you have to fight through. Oh my goodness. This is probably the worst case scenario. They took out Kale first. I mean, I thought he would have made it and Cold Heart would have gone down, but yeah, this is definitely the worst case scenario here. Because Cold Heart's not going to make it past this round, and then I'm going to be at the Dragon with 3 characters. So this is what happens. It's trial and error. I mean, that's essentially what I'm doing right now is just figuring out the best teams I have and showing, the not so best teams that I have as well. So next hit, Cold Heart will die, but Apothecary stepped in and saved her. See, I'm just not getting those AoE attacks from Kale. All right, I'm just sitting here waiting for Cold Heart to die. There she goes. Down she goes. I don't even know if I want to finish this battle, but I think I'm going to take these 3 into the Dragon, see what they can do. I mean, maybe if they can keep Dracomorph alive, Draco can kill the Dragon himself, essentially, because he's the only one bringing damage at this point. Oh, Apothecary. Their Apothecary healed that other character. All right, let's take this guy down here. All right, down they go, and to the Dragon we are. Man, I can't believe I lost Cold Heart and Kale on that run. Not what I wanted. All right, so I'm definitely guessing. Well, all those poisons landed, so let's see. Yep, those poisons were enough to not allow that hidden skill to get off. See, Dracomorph, if by some miracle I win, it will be Dracomorph's damage being supported by the heals from both Apothecary and Adriel being able to get through this Dragon 17. Not necessarily counting on it, but there are a couple poisons on him right now. I don't think there's enough. Yeah, I really don't think there's enough. So there's the stun, but they had full health at that point. So, and Dracomorph already got more poisons onto that dragon. Let's get a couple heals here. All right, Apothecary heals Dracomorph. Adriel also popped her heal a second ago. Actually, I think I'm going to get it here. Just need maybe 2 more rounds of poisons by Dracomorph should do it. There's the weaken. I don't know if weaken actually has a greater effect on those poisons, but yeah, this is actually a victory. Go figure. Um, I lost 2 of my damage dealers and still got through. Unfortunately, it was only a 4-star artifact, so I'm going to go ahead and switch the team up one more time. And what I do like about this video, even though it's getting kind of long, and if you're sitting through this, maybe you're learning something, this is the process that we all go through, whether it's alone or together. So this is just straight up real. No tutorial, no nothing. It's me talking my way through and figuring out the best method and putting these teams together, which I think I already know, but I'm just showing different methods for the sake of the video. But this is just how it goes. You have to do trial and error. You're going to have to run a couple of runs to get through these missions. It's not by any stretch of the imagination easy. I mean, unless you somehow pulled the greatest champions out of shards and you got lucky, but you're still going to have to grind your way through dungeons and get gear. And so, I mean, this is all part of it. All right, so here we go. This team is definitely working its way through this first round much faster than the other teams had done. They synergize quite well. All right, I'm going to give this one more hit from each character, and I think it's going to be over. Well, that was 1.1, 1.2. So almost 2 hits per character. Then it went through. But they all go, this team is actually pretty good because they all have full health going into this final stage. And I think, oh, there we go, decrease their critical damage. All of my guys have decreased defense now except Apothecary and Adriel. Oh, Kale. Man, Kale is getting attacked left and right. All right, let's get our... I want my increase defense and strengthen up as soon as possible, Whirlwind Frost King. He's hitting hard, though. He's hitting real hard. I'm actually going to build his masteries up more. I think he's at tier 3 masteries, not completed, though. So if I run him through the Minotaur's Labyrinth, maybe I can get to tier 4 and even strengthen him a little bit more. I mean, he's definitely added a lot to this team. You know, I hadn't considered him before this video. It was Stag Knight or Coldheart prior to this. But yeah, he's definitely proving his worth, especially on these first 2 waves of characters. So I'll definitely give him MVP runner-up. How does that sound? MVP runner-up. And that freezes everything. It's happening quite often. Or often enough where it's really helping get through these waves. All right, I'll have to consider him on some other dungeons too. Not that I'm working on other dungeons. This is really the one I'm working on because it happens to be the mission. And not only is it the mission, this is coinciding with a dragon tournament event. So every time you're fighting the dragon and winning and getting rewards, you receive event points. So it just so happens to be, I think, advantageous to wait until the dungeon events occur to complete these missions. Now, you don't have to do that, but at least it's forcing you to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or you have the opportunity to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, not necessarily force you. But it just makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it? All right, he's weakened. All right, this is probably going to end, I would say, in about 30 seconds. My guess is about 3 minutes and 40 seconds here. A couple more hits onto this dragon. All right, he's going to get us with his stun. But I have too much health. And he already has poisons on him again. I think Draco more... Oh, there's strengthen and increased defense, so I'm not worried at all. And all those poisons stacked on him, there it is. So we got that 5-star artifact, more tournament points right here. And we completed the mission, so let's check this out. I'll click on that. And we get 2 artifacts. Looks like 2 pieces of frost set or something. So the next mission is defeat 75 champions in the arena. That's going to take a couple of days. Since I happen to be at such a high arena level, I don't have that many opportunities to have a fair fight, at least from my perspective. I usually get whooped on if I pick on a full strength team. And then just checking the tournament. I really don't focus on these tournaments that much. I think they're more advantageous to do these tournaments when you're battling dungeon stage 20s consistently, because that's when you have the greatest strongest gear drop, and as a result you receive more points. I'm not quite at that level. As you saw, level 17 is where I can farm at, and I probably did 15-16 runs on that, and I have 210 points, so definitely way behind anybody in the top 10 here. But not too far from receiving 100,000 silver. So if I run 3 or 4 more runs, I could get some silver. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I have a couple days to figure that out. But I guess that was the point of this video, is look at those missions, where you're at, see if you're strong enough to complete those missions, work your way up through that arena to get additional arena points. I can't stress that enough in the Great Hall. I'm just going to show you my arena score, so that you can see I'm in tier gold 3, and I have that hit point, attack, and defense increase of 18% across the board for all my characters. So I think that's also helping me push through Dragon 17. And that should be it for this video. Thanks for sticking around and kind of looking at the thought process of what goes through all of these arena battles, developing your teams, not arena battles, but dungeon battles. Just right before I go, I want to show you where I'm at in all my other dungeons. So Fire Knight, I have yet to do 15. Spider's Den, I have yet to do 12. And Ice Golem, I have yet to do 15. So Dragon, I'm doing the best on, but the other ones, I'm sure their missions are coming up across the board here. 3 stars. Actually, they're quite far away. So the next one I think is maybe 10 or 15. Oh, here it is. Actually, 2 away. Clear stage 7 of or higher of the Fire Knight's Castle on auto, 10 times on auto. So that can be done. Then the next major one would be Spiders stage 7 or higher, 10 times on auto. So I have both of those complete, but I want to push myself as far as I can to receive the better artifacts and coincide those with those events. So again, thanks for sticking around. Really appreciate it. Click the like button if you haven't done so already, and I will see you next time.